Welcome! I suppose I'll get my stuff first and Hanako's on the second round. I grabbed 2 well-worn red baskets from the stack beside the entrance and passed one to Lily. Just as she did before, she lays it on the ground and slides her retracted cane between the basket's handle before picking it back up with her right hand. When she takes hold of my arm in her own, I'm surprised at just how fast this kind of casual contact becomes so natural, mostly due to necessity, no doubt. Shall we? Sure. While we navigate around the store, the odd person occasionally passing us pays us no heed at all. It's nice compared to the stares and whispers around the city. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily what she needs and grab it along with what I want, putting our items into their respective baskets. It's an odd feeling to be dependent on so much for something so basic as shopping. Hanako would be practically a necessity for her to pick out what she wants after all. Right, I'm pretty much done with both my stuff and Hanako's. You need anything else, Lily? No, this should be everything. Off we go then. Oddly, there's a queue a mile long. Considering the store is only large enough to warrant one counter, seems like it'll take a while. Damn. Lily gives an inquisitive look, unable to see the reason for my complaint. The QE is really long. Looks like we'll have to wait. What is a QE? Is it like the line or something? I don't know. How strange. Sharing the same mood of resignation, we reluctantly take our place at the end of the line. One person finishes, the line moves up. Another person finishes, the line moves up. Okay, it's a line. By the time we finally reach the head of the line, I'm so close to dozing off that Lily has to gently pat me on the back for me to move up. Hisayo, sorry. She gives a short sigh of consternation as I move up, getting the groceries for Hanako and me put into separate bags. Thank you. Please come again. By the time we emerge from the store, Lily's holding a single bag while I struggle to carry 4, both hands well and truly full. It's a lot of work, but thankfully the items in them are light. Even without looking skyward, it's obvious that a surprising amount of time's passed, the road outside being dark and lit by street lamps. Once Lily retrieves her cane, we set out back to the dormitories the way we came, leaving the welcoming, warm glow of the store. Despite the road being empty of cars, the full bags abundantly make up for the lack of noise, constantly clunking and squeaking together. My Hisayo, it's good to find that you're eating well. I'm a growing guy after all. I need to eat all I can. It must be nice being a man. But what? Seemingly not noticing or ignoring my surprise at the completely out of left field comment, she continues on without missing a beat. Weight doesn't really bother you when eating most of the time. I get what you mean, but women tend to worry about stuff like that more than we do, I guess. I have to just say that, like, I know that may sound true, but even I myself tend to check, like, my weight once in a while whenever I go to a Publix, you know? I just gotta keep track to see if I'm not, like, getting fat, even though, like, my parents say I'm underweight. I mean, I'm kinda underweight. I have to be at least 156 pounds, and I don't have time to convert it to metric, so yeah, 156. I'm at 155 right now, so I mean, like, I'm kind of normal, I would say. I mean, not that badly underweight, but, you know. Yeah, so, to that kind of thing, you know? Exactly, it makes me somewhat envious, to be honest. Well, it's not like we can outright ignore it. With an affirmative nod, we continue on our walk. Huh, that's right. What is it? Hanako mentioned your birthday was earlier this year. Do anything special for it? She gives a long pause, lost in thought for a few seconds as she recalls the event. Not really, it was just Hanako and me having a little party during the night after school. Your birthday's supposed to be a big event, you know? Sounds like a pretty lonely way to spend a birthday, just her and Hanako staying overnight. Birthdays always felt like a family occasion for me. There were a time when, in spite of their full-time jobs, both my parents would make an effort to be there for the day or at least for a party beforehand. It reminds me of how Lily mentioned she hadn't seen her family in such a long time, and even ended up moving away from Akira's house afterwards. But I guess it's the same in situations as mundane as these. Considering her inability to read the packaging, just getting groceries would be a pain without somebody else around. In the end, she just has Hanako and me, and Akira when she's off from work. Be that as it may, she still seems to have many more distant friends among the students, not to mention people like Yuko. It seems to be her own choice that there is such separation between those who are close to her and those who she only socializes with. It humbles me a little to see how much Lily seems to have her life set up and going just as she wants. Yet Hanako is there for her to celebrate her birthday, and I'm here helping her with shopping. It's a weird kind of symbiosis, I suppose. Are you alright, Hisayo? Sorry. You just seem to go very quiet, that's all. Sorry, I was just thinking. Oh. Now I've piqued her curiosity. It feels kind of overly personal to talk about, though. Oh, okay. Fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna, skip just small parts of it. I want to look at the text history to make sure the conversation, so then I could either avoid the subject or tell the truth. I'm leaning towards the truth, you always have to tell the truth with, your lover no matter what, but, so, yeah. I'm gonna look at that. Oh, no, hold on. I'm gonna look at that, and actually also in the meantime I'm gonna get a drink, because I'm kind of thirsty. So yeah, I'll look at the text history and get a drink, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, I had my drink, I also read the text, and I also saved just in case because I feel like this is a very important moment. So I read it and I kind of see what it's talking about, but I just don't know how he's gonna respond to this, so I don't know. I feel like I have to tell the truth, because I feel like it's good to tell on what's on your mind and stuff. I don't think it's anything that offensive or taboo to talk about, so yeah, I'm gonna say tell the truth, but oh god, I really hope I don't mess this up. I really don't like to have a bad ending especially on someone that's a potential waifu, have a very first bitter moment, I would say. I want everything 100%, 100% happy, so I don't know, just pray for me, guys. I mean, for those that would know what's to come, I guess, just enjoy this if I mess up, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Return. Now I've piqued your curiosity. It feels kind of overly personal to talk about, though. God. Please be the right choice. Tell the truth. Oh god. It was just I was thinking about how you seem to have everything so sorted out, even with Hanako relying on you. I can admit that even I kind of relied on you when I first transferred in. I think it's a good quality to have. I turned to Lily, surveying her reaction. Oh, please be good. She's forcing herself to look forward and furrowing her brow quite a bit. Her face looks a bit awkward, as if she's trying to find just the right words. Now, I mean, of course, it doesn't have to be happy immediately. It just has to, the moment, despite all the emotions going through, it has to be I would know if it's right, but oh god, please, I hope I didn't mess up. Fuck. Her face looks a bit awkward, as if she's trying to find just the right words. Lily? I would thank you, but assuming that I don't rely on the presence of others is too much. You'd be wrong to think that Hanako simply depends on me with nothing in return. She seems to have a bit of trouble saying it, even though it's largely what I thought already. If she's tried so hard to maintain her independence as anyone would have had to would have had to in her position, cited or not. Maybe she finds it hard to talk about her own needs. It's only now that I realize an omission in what she says, though. I decide to follow it up largely in jest to avoid things getting too personal. Oh, and what about me? She suddenly runs ahead of me and turns, blocking me off. With a smile, she holds her hands behind her as she leans forwards. You're different. And with that, she turns back and continues to walk ahead of me, a newfound spring in her step. Oh, maybe I think I did this right, guys. I did okay. All I can do is raise an eyebrow and give a dazed grin. I don't think I've ever seen this playful and teasing side of her before. Yes! I did it! I didn't fuck this up! Yes! Or maybe it's gonna bite me in the ass later, I don't know. I think I did right. I mean, based on the reaction and stuff, so... Oh god, that was stressful. So, I'm different. It's hard to work out the exact context, but knowing her, this ambiguity was intended. Our relationship has been changing, at the very least, simply because I've begun to stand on my own feet more, and started getting more curious about the situation of those around me. As to why, probably a mix of personal curiosity and a want to try and work out how to deal with my situation. I'm less sure of Lily, though. That's why her own statement, so similar to my own feelings towards her, throws me off so much. Watching her make her way up the street, cane tapping from left to right, I decided to settle the matter later and just smile. This is a nice side to her, and I don't want to forget it. Eventually we get to the girls' dormitories, both my arms aching from the weight of 2 sets of groceries. We're finally here. Phew! I bend down to wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Lily stops in front of her door and sets down her bag, fishing around in her pocket for the key. Oh, fishing around in her pocket for the key, not finishing, fuck. Thank you, Hisayo, I really appreciate your help. This is nothing. It might be nothing to you, but it's definitely something for me. And with that, she steps through her door, closing it behind her. I blink. Those were nothing but honest thanks, but I can't help feeling something different about them. Anyway, I have something else to do before I can mull on that at my leisure. I turn back to the door to Hanako's room and proceed to knock twice in quick succession, the bag still in my hands rustling together. After a couple of seconds, the door slowly opens. If one weren't looking closely, they could be forgiven for thinking it hadn't moved at all. I twist my head to the side to try and peer through the tiny sliver of a gap between the door and the door frame. Hey Hanako, I've got your stuff. Ah. With that, she opens the door completely, making her plain room visible over her shoulder. Sparsely decorated, it's probably even more unremarkable than my room. I hold out my right arm, both bags almost pulling it straight back down with their weight. To thank you, Hisayo. I'm sorry to make you carry them all this way. It's fine, don't worry. Just don't make me do it every day, okay? I pass the bags to her as I give a lighthearted chuckle. After the initial transfer of weight, she manages to take them easily. I'll be off then. Night, Hanako. Good night. See you in class tomorrow. With a deep bow, her groceries still held in both hands, she steps back and shuts the door. Making my way back to my own dorm, I put one bag into my other hand to balance them out. Even as I do so, I can't get Lily's lighthearted smile out of my mind. When I'd first met her, it would have been nearly impossible to imagine her like that. Indeed, it feels like we've become closer in the past few weeks since I first got to know both her and Hanako. The time that I spend with her each day, the small exchanges of happiness we share, those small moments of joy as I get closer to her. Sorry about my sentence ending. I'm far from certain, but I don't think these are just the normal feelings of friendship. Yeah, they're much more, buddy. Once I return to my room, I store away my groceries and begin getting ready for the night. I swap the school books in my bag for those I'll need tomorrow, pulling out the yellow envelope Misha gave me earlier in the process. I got so sidetracked by one thing after another that I couldn't deal with it earlier. Who could have written me? Who could have written me, I wonder. The name neatly adorning the back of the envelope freezes me in my tracks. It's been so long since I've seen her writing. There's little chance I could have identified it as hers otherwise. It's from Lily, right? Iwanako. Oh, who's that? Iwanako. Is that? Why should she have written? Should she have written me? I can't think of any good reason for her to do this. Is it that girl from the very first part of the game, like the very beginning? Is that Iwanako? I almost don't open the letter, but there'd be little point to that. If I just left it alone, its mere existence would gnaw at me until I did something about it. I look down at the piece of paper on my desk, its bright and summery decorations beaming happily at me. The lettering is in pink, jarring badly with the yellow sunflower border on the card. The handwriting is neat, the characters having been written thoughtfully and with an unusual amount of care. I'd barely given the letter a second thought when it was given to me, but now I can't get its contents out of my mind. While I'd like to say that I don't know why she used such an old-fashioned method of communication, considering a phone call or an email would be both much faster and easier, the answer feels obvious enough given the content. A letter leaves a comfortable distance between the sender and the recipient. Unlike a phone, it isn't required that you engage in conversation, and unlike email, there is less expectation of an immediate reply. Statements such as the third year seems to be very anxious about the final exam, and it's so weird to think we are already seniors, isn't it, are just small talk. Small talk that could have been achieved by simply replying to any of the messages I'd sent her while in hospital. The ending, though, is the true reason she sent this. The last couple of lines added almost as an afterthought. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. It's a statement that should hurt. I've always heard breakups are nasty stuff, but it feels like this is simply a reaffirmation of what we both already knew instead. It's a preceding text, no more than small talk. That makes me feel most uneasy. I can't figure out why, no matter how long I sit here and look down at this bright and summery piece of paper. If you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. It's plainly obvious that this is not the type of letter to be replied to. In the end, this letter is no more than a simple abdication of responsibility, a final statement to reassure herself that our relationship is over. Yeah, it's the girl from the beginning. As such, I find I have little problem in scrunching the letter and envelope into a ball and tossing it into the waste bin, ridding myself of its existence. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, he kind of moved on. He found an even better girl, like, you know, Lily and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty pointless. Honestly, for me, I'll just respond back to her saying that I've been like happy and stuff and everything, and that I understand what's going on. That it would be best to part ways and just write a nice farewell and just end it off here. That's how I would have done it. So, you know, yeah. I go to bed with mixed feelings, cheated out of a pleasant evening by this intruder from the past. Hold on. I accidentally mixed these. Yeah, okay. Just as I thought. Alright. Ironically, it takes a while before I can manage to sleep. Yep. That's it. So, yeah, things are getting... So I could safely say I made the right decision on, you know, responding to Lily and stuff, and yeah, that's it. So I guess we're really approaching the end here, guys. So I'm really excited to where this is gonna end off. I hope it ends on a happy note, because I know there's a neutral route, but I'm pretty sure how I responded was definitely not neutral. It was definitely really happy and stuff. So I think I made the great choice to do it. remember that the great choice to choose that option. Like, always to tell the truth, you know? I mean, like, unless if it's something really disturbing, but that was not disturbing at all, so, you know. So because of that, I'll, like, delete the save file to the previous question and stuff. I'll just save this one right here. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Create new save state. Okay, progress successfully saved. So yeah, that's it. I'm really enjoying this and look forward to continuing the Lily route. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.